Hello friends, I'm Jennifer Sampson. I'm going to teach you some basic electronics, and in this particular course I'm going to talk about the topic calculating power. So if let us consider this particular circuit that is available over here. In this particular circuit you're going to calculate the power consumed by this particular circuit. You are aware of the formula for power, that it is power is equal to current into voltage, and E is considered to be the voltage over here. In this particular circuit, I've considered my particular battery to be the source of voltage, and it is supplying 18 volts, and my particular lamp is an incandescent lamp over here which has a resistance of 3 ohms. I am unaware of the current, and I'm going to find that. From that particular value of current that is being found, I'm going to find the particular value of power. So to find the particular value of power, I need to know the value of voltage and current. Voltage is known, current is to be found. So to find the current, according to Ohm's law, I am aware that I is equal to E by R. So I just need to substitute the values of voltage, which is 18 volt, and my resistance, which is 3 ohms in this particular formula, and I'll be getting my current is equal to 6 amps. So my next step to find the power, which is the question over here, power is equal to 6 amp into 18 volts. So 6 amps obtained from here, 18 volts from here, and I'm going to get power is equal to 108 watts. So from this I understand that power is equal to 108 watts. The question that I want to ask you over here is this 108 watts the power generated from this particular voltage source, or is it the power dissipated from this particular lamp? This is a question that you need to be aware of. If you have a particular superconductor over here, no problem, you don't have to worry at all. All the power generated will be all the power dissipated over here. But normally you have connecting wires and other components coming in between. So what will happen? There will be some power dissipated over here, which is meager. So both the power will not be the same. So my question again, from the above calculation, P is equal to 108 watts. Is P the power supplied by the source, or is this particular power dissipated by the lamp? So the answer, as you may be aware, power is dissipated by the lamp in the form of heat and light. So this is the power that you found, that is 108 watts. That power is the one that is being dissipated in the form of heat and light. So next one, let us consider another circuit where I'm going to double the values of my particular voltage, and I want to find the particular current. So what is going to happen in this particular value? I see that my particular voltage is 36 volt, which is double the value of earlier example 18 volts. I'm going to keep my particular resistance value 3 as constant. So now I'm going to use the same formula to find the power. First I need to find the current. I do the formula and I find it to be 12 amps. So 36 and I get 12 amps over here. So what is happening? Power is equal to 12 into 36. So 12 into 36, which is 432 watts. What do you understand by this particular example? Please remember that when I double the particular voltage over here, my resistance was kept constant. What is going to happen according to Ohm's law? My particular current is also going to be doubled. So which means that according to my Ohm's law, when I increase my voltage and keep my R constant, the current is also going to be increased. So increase over here is an increase over here with my resistance constant. And that is what you understood over here. So when my voltage increased, my current also increased from 6 amps to 12 amps. So this is what you see over here. And how many times has it increased? That is the next factor. How many times is 432 watts greater than 108 watts? This is the 108 watts that we got earlier. 108 watts. How many times is 432 watts greater than that? You know it is 4 times. How is it 4 times? Because the particular voltage is doubled, and according to Ohm's law you understand that when resistance is constant, current is also doubling over here. So 2 times into 2 times, which is equal to 4 times. So you understand that when I double the particular voltage, my current also get doubled. So the power that is dissipated by this particular lamp also get doubled. So I hope you understand the particular power concept in this particular example of 432 watts. So you have seen the formula of P is equal to I into E in this particular example over here. You have two other examples. When I know the current and when I know the voltage, I have this particular formula for power. But if I know only current and resistance, I have another formula for that. And if I know the voltage and resistance only, I have another formula for that. What are the formulas? If I only know the voltage and resistance, I'm just going to use Ohm's law again, and I'm just going to substitute the value of I is equal to E by R, because I is unknown over here, voltage and resistance is known, E into E by R. This is according to Ohm law. So I get E square by R. So this is the formula that I will be using if I know only voltage and resistance. Similarly, if I know only current and resistance, the formula is going to be I square divided by R. How did I get I square divided by R? I into V, and V is nothing but I by R. V is unknown, but I know the values of I and R, so I divided by R, so I have I square divided by R. So this is the particular value of power. So if I know voltage and current, I'll be using the formula P is equal to E into I. If I know voltage and resistance, I'll be using the formula P is equal to E square by R. If I know the value of current and resistance, I'll be using the value of P is equal to I square into R. I'm sorry, it is I square into R over here. So next, what am I going to do? I'm going to find the power in resistors. So let us look at this particular diagram over here. What do you understand from this diagram? Sizes of the resistors are different. When the sizes are different, do you understand that the resistance is going to increase according to the sizes, or is it the watts that is going to increase according to the uh, particular size? So the power dissipation is what I mean by watt over here. So the power dissipating capability depends on the size, or is it the resistance that depends on the size? So this is what I've asked in this question. Is the size of the resistor directly proportional to the resistance, or is it depending on the voltage? It is purely not depending on the resistance. Okay, you have a 150 kilo ohm resistor over here, which is so small, but you have a 200 ohm resistor, which is just 200 ohm resistor, which is so large over here. Resistance does not matter, which is the it is not proportional to the size. It is only the watts. You see that you have a 1 by 8 watts, you have a quarter watt, you have a half watt resistor, you have a 12 watt, and as the size keeps on increasing, you see that it is a 30 watt. So please remember that when your size increases in your resistor, it means that the resistance is not increasing, the power is only increasing over there. So value of resistance depends mainly on the material used. So if you want your resistor to have the resistance value to be changing, you will be changing the material that is being used over there rather than the size. So larger the size, higher the power dissipating capacity in watts. So you have seen the power dissipating capacity with the incandescent bulb earlier. Now we'll see another example over here. Why am I taking this example? I'll be telling it to you at the end. So you have this simple example of 10 volt that is being supplied, and you know that there is 2 amps current that is coming to the circuit, and there is a resistor connected over there. The question is to find the power dissipated and the resistance R. So with this particular, when you find this, you will be able to understand why this particular simple example was given to you. So as you know the value of power, power is equal to V into I. So which is nothing but you know the value from Ohm's law. R is equal to E by I. So you're going to find the particular unknown value. So R is equal to 10 volt divided by 2 amps, which is nothing but resistance is equal to 5 ohms. So now you know that the resistance over here is equal to 5 ohms. So an unknown value of R is being found. Now you know the value of 10, 2, and you also know the value of resistance 5. So you can use any of the three formulas over there. Just to make it very simple, we'll be using this formula P is equal to E into I. If you substitute these three values in any of the three formulas, you'll be getting the same value. So now we'll solve it with this particular value. P is equal to E into I. So with this particular value, P is equal to 10 into 2 amps, which is equal to 20 watts. So why did we find this particular 20 watts? When I supply a particular 10 volt and 2 amps is flowing through this particular circuit, the resistor being 5 ohms, there is 20 watts of power that is being dissipated over here. Please remember, it is not a quarter watt or it is not half a watt that is being dissipated in this particular circuit, it is 20 watts. So you cannot go and use these particular resistors that you have in your lab for this particular example. What will happen? This is a half watt resistor, half watt 20, so it is 10 times greater. What will happen when you connect this particular circuit? Boom, your particular resistor is going to fly off somewhere. So what is understood by this particular problem is, please remember, your resistor value of 5 ohm, good, you will be connecting, but is it able to dissipate 20 watts of power is what you need to be aware of. So this simple manual calculation of this particular circuit is making us understand that power is so important over here. So a resistor with minimum power rating of 20 watts is to be used to avoid overheating and failure. So please understand that a minimum wattage of 20 watts, a resistor having minimum wattage of 20 watts. So this is a 30 watt resistor, this is a 12 watt resistor, so somewhat in between. So a particular 20 watt resistor minimum, please remember it is minimum, it's not the maximum. It could be 25 watt, or you can even use this particular 30 watt resistor. So this particular 30 watt resistor should be used in this particular component over here, and make sure it is a 5 ohm resistor also. This is 40 kilo ohm, so it's not the exact one. So this is a case probably where you can use a potentiometer or any other particular component related to that. So the concept that I wanted you to understand over here is resistors. Connecting it in a circuit is not that easy, or it is not that simple. You just need to understand the main concept that you have to have a minimum power rating, and that is why you will be using the power formula over here. So if you had learned anything new from this particular video, I'll be very happy about that, and we'll be continuing with other video lectures in the future.